5 minutes after 11 is the time. I said we weren't going to talk about Prince Harry, and we're certainly not doing a phone-in on him today. I mean, remain deeply sympathetic to his situation, and particularly with regard to the media. The media now, the newspapers now, the tabloid media now, which is pretty much all of it, really. I mean, literally, it's all of it. Only the Telegraph is technically a broadsheet. The Guardian is sort of somewhere in between, and I don't think anyone would include the Guardian in this description, but pretty much everybody else now desperately trying to defend themselves against the allegations that are, I mean, you know, the evidence is there. It's there in black and white. We talked yesterday about the front pages from 2013 covering the revelation that a soldier had killed enemies when on tour in Afghanistan. And fast forward 10 years after he's had the audacity to stand up to the media establishment and indeed to marry a woman of colour, an independent woman of colour, and suddenly that is a cause for epic condemnation, including by so-called military experts who, people with a little bit more time on their hands than I have written books themselves which include so-called kill counts or detail exactly how many enemy combatants were killed in an exchange or an encounter that they describe in grisly detail. Literally, some of the names. I mean, I haven't double-checked the clips and the page shots, the screenshots that have been put on Twitter, so I won't name them personally, but you wouldn't be massively surprised to discover who they are. Oh yes, I'm going on the radio to slag him off, but I have also written a book which includes kill count. Yeah, fine. But the reason I mention it is because guess how much it sold on day one in America, Canada, and the UK. Day one, publication day. It sold 1.4 million copies in a day. That is phenomenal. That is the biggest selling first day total for any non-fiction book ever. Obviously, the charts did not exist when the Bible was first published, which I appreciate. Not everyone agrees that it's non-fiction, but good God, if you pardon the pun. That is absolutely breathtaking. I've done about 250,000 on my first book, and I think into six figures on the second, and those are big numbers in publishing. You know, they are decent numbers. That's over years. That's weeks and months and years. He's done 1.4 million in a day. I've got to go home after this and start work on a book for which I had, until this moment, felt quite excited and have received a very generous advance. He got $20 million and he sold 1.4 million copies in a single day. Why do the rest of us even bother? Unbelievable. And congratulations. Honest, that is absolutely astonishing. 1.4 million. That's just a publishing story. Oh, and by the way, that's not an opinion. That's just counting.